escaping from Forbidden Sky wasn't the end. Now you've crash landed and need to work together to solve the slide puzzle in Forbidden Jungle.
And today we'll be teaching you how to play Forbidden Jungle, game designed by Matt Leacock and published by Gamewright.
And hello everyone, it's Stella.
And Taryn from Meeple University.
Let's go to the classroom.
In Forbidden Jungle, players are explorers, lost in this dense, shifting and web-slinging monster-infested jungle. Players will work together to find a portal, find 4 functioning crystals, and find the special jungle configurators which will let them slide the jungle around like a slide puzzle. If the players can power up and escape through a portal with 4 adjacent crystals before being overrun by the creatures, then they'll win the game. To set up, deal each player a character card, as well as a health marker set to maximum health and the matching coloured pawn. Your card shows you your special powers, which you'll try to use to maximum effect through the game. Shuffle up decks of the threat cards and the equipment cards. Choose the side of the threat meter which corresponds to your player count, and choose a starting space based on which level of difficulty you wish to play. Make supplies of the creatures who will be terrorising you through the game. Eggs will hatch into hatchlings, who will grow into adults, who will sting you and spin webs. Supplies of these are limited, and if you ever run out of a piece that you need to place, you'll lose the game. Find the double-sided Fool's Landing tile, the 6 tiles with the crystal on the back, and the 17 general jungle tiles, and separately shuffle these piles into random orders and random orientations. Choose a starting layout from one of these layout cards, build the map, and place the starting creatures. Player pawns begin at Fool's Landing. Choose a first player and you're now ready to play. Forbidden Jungle is played in turns, starting from the first player and going clockwise around the table. Your turn is resolved in 2 phases. Firstly, you'll take 4 player actions, trying to advance your cause and move towards victory. Then you'll draw and resolve threat cards, which represents the game fighting back against your efforts. When taking player actions, there are 4 different types of actions you can take, and you can take the same action multiple times on the same turn. These actions are move, remove, explore, or operate machine. When you move, move your pawn 1 space to an orthogonally adjacent tile. You cannot move into or over an empty space. You cannot move through a web tile. These webs are sometimes spun in between adjacent tiles by the adult creatures. You can move into or away from a tile containing creatures with no adverse consequence. And if you're standing on a revealed tunnel tile, then you may use 1 movement point to move immediately to any other revealed tunnel tile. The map contains a total of 6 tunnels. When you remove any single enemy piece which is on your current tile and return it to its supply. This could be an adult, a hatchling, or an egg on your current tile, or a single web tile which is overlapping your current tile. Removing all 4 of these pieces would cost 4 actions. Exploring is how you flip the face-down jungle tiles face up. You may explore if you're on a face-down tile and there are no enemy pieces on or overlapping the tile. In this instance, green would need to take 2 remove actions before being able to take an explore action. When you explore, flip the tile and rotate it so that its text is upright. This tile will remain visible for the rest of the game. If there is a cog token in the corner of your newly revealed tile, then draw 1 card from the equipment deck and place it next to your player card. You can discard this equipment at any time, be it your turn or another player's, to resolve its positive effect, and it will not cost you an action to do so. Note that the workshop tile lets you draw 2 equipment when you explore it, And a player may give an equipment card to a teammate on the same space, also without spending an action at any time. The fourth action is to operate machine. There are 4 different machines in the game. There are portals, present on 4 tiles, configurators, present on 4 tiles, compellers, found on 3 tiles, and destruct switches, found on 2 tiles. Operating a portal machine is how the players win the game. To do this, all player pawns must be on the portal space, and there can be no enemy pieces on the portal space either. Webs overhanging the space are okay. Then there must be a face-up functioning crystal on each of the 4 adjacent edges. You'll find the crystals on the tiles with these backs, but only 4 of them are functioning. 2 of the crystals will already be broken. The configurator is the critical machine for meeting this win condition, as this is what lets you move tiles around the map. When you configurate, take any single tile and move it any number of steps in a single direction, as long as the tile you've moved ends up orthogonally adjacent to at least one other tile. It's possible that other tiles become disconnected as part of this movement, as long as the tile you've moved does not become disconnected. Any webs which were connected to the moving tile are destroyed and returned to the supply. Once a tile is disconnected, no one will be able to move in or out by conventional movement, although tunnels, jetpacks, and other special effects might allow that movement. The destruct switch lets you get rid of tiles that you don't want. Perhaps a tile is in the way of a useful configurator movement, or perhaps a dangerous tile has a whole lot of enemy creatures on it. When you operate the destruct switch, choose any tile which does not have a player pawn on it, remove it from the board, as well as any enemy pieces on or overlapping the tile. The tile is out of the game permanently. The final machine is the compeller. With this, choose any single other tile and then move all adult and hatchling pieces off that tile to the same adjacent tile. Eggs have no legs and cannot be compelled. Compeller also works quite well in tandem with the electrifier, because any adult or hatchling who enters the electrifier is immediately killed. Once you're done with your actions, you'll proceed to threat, and one after another you'll draw and resolve a number of threat cards based on your current threat level. If this increases during your turn, you'll resolve the number of threat cards based on the start of your turn. These cards result in various bad things happening. You might get new eggs. This one places an egg next to every adult, and this one places an egg at every discovered nest. You might get more hatchlings. This one sees a hatchling emerge from every tunnel, and this one results in all eggs hatching into hatchlings. Return the eggs to the supply and replace them with hatchling pieces. You might get more adults. This one sees an adult emerge from every revealed portal, and this one results in all hatchlings growing into adults. The adults might spin new webs. Each of these cards shows one of 4 symbols, and you'll have noticed these symbols on the edges of the tiles. If, for example, here the adults spun webs on black triangles, then each adult, if there were an adjacent tile in the direction of the black triangles, would spin one web. There may be any number of webs in a single stack. If there's no tile in that direction, then no web is spun. These 4 cards result in all hatchlings and adults moving, and then adults stinging. Once again, refer to the coloured symbol on the card, and move each adult and each hatchling one space in the direction of those symbols. Creatures are not impeded by webs. If there is no adjacent tile, then the creature does not move. After resolving all of these movements, every adult on the board, including those who were unable to move this turn, will sting every player on the same tile. Here, blue would suffer 1 sting, green and orange would each suffer 2. For each sting you suffer, lower your health by 1 step. If you run out of health, your character is dead and all players lose the game. Be very careful. The ability of the serum sprayer item and the special ability of the healer character, if in the game, are the only ways to heal stings. The final card is Collapse. Find the face-up tile with the lowest visible number and destroy it as if you'd used a destruct switch. That is, all enemy pieces on it are returned to the supply and the tile is removed from the game. Any players on that tile may move to an adjacent tile. There is only one way to win the game, and that is for a player to take an operate machine action on a portal with all players present and with an active crystal on all 4 sides of the portal. Do this and you'll escape the jungle and win the game. There are 5 ways to lose. If any single player runs out of health, if the threat level rises above the top of the track, if you ever need to place an adult hatchling egg or web but the supply is empty, if any player is on a tile which collapses with no adjacent space to escape to and no jetpack with which to fly to safety, or if there are no longer enough portals or crystals left in play to meet the win condition. And that's how to play Forbidden Jungle.
Thank you so much for watching. Your like and comments are much appreciated. Subscribe to see what's coming and let us know what games you've been playing. See you next time.